What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Two Cups of Sports with Johnny Bernard. On this show, we like to look at all the facets of all the sports and try to dissect them or just go over it real quick so you get up-to-date information on what's going on in your favorite sport. Today, we got a load of things going on. This weekend was insane. We had UFC fight. We had a bunch of playoff things that were going on in hockey and basketball. And, of course, I was at the beach drinking beautiful Montucky cold snacks. If you're ever thirsty, please go to your local liquor store and see if you have a Montucky cold snack in the fridge. Anyway, let's get it started. I've got Larry. He's up in Canada. We're gonna go back to him, and we're gonna go to him in a minute. Larry, you up there?
All right, John. It's freezing up here.
Okay, thanks, Larry. We'll be back up there in a minute with Larry to do the NHL part. Let's go into NBA right now. NBA is firing on all cylinders. This weekend, Portland took out Memphis to get that 8th seed with another great performance by Damian Lillard, which gives the first award to Mr. Damian Lillard for the MVP of the week. This guy's scoring 60. This guy's scoring 55. This guy's scoring more points than anybody. Nobody's giving any respect to him. And I am starting to like him a lot because he really does play hard. And then he smiles right after the game. So it's really cool. So Portland now is going to be playing LA today. And that's going to be a tough series for LA just because the bubble has no home field advantage. And if there's no home field advantage, you're really just playing in a rec gym. So any team, I think, in any of these games could win. It all comes down to that fourth quarter and how hard you're going to be playing in that fourth. So Portland plays LA today. Boston just beat the 76ers yesterday. Ben Simmons has been out. He'll probably be out for the rest of the playoffs, which kind of stinks for the 76ers. They look pretty good, but the Celtics, in the end, came back. It looks like Gordon Hayward actually has a MRI today for something that happened to one of his legs. I'm not sure totally. I just got the information right now. But so could be good for the Sixers if Gordon Hayward is out. But we also want to always wish everybody good luck if they're injured because we don't ever want injuries. Because when you get an injury, it sucks, right? So think about if they get an injury. You never want injuries. We got the Magic playing the Bucks today. Bucks are probably going to sweep them. That's an easy one. Thunder's playing the Rockets. Not sure if Westbrook is playing yet. It hasn't come out if he's playing yet, but that should be an amazing series. That could go all the way to 7. Honestly, the Thunder are playing really good in the bubble, and so the Rockets have, arguably the greatest star in basketball besides LeBron James and Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. So the Nets play the Raptors. The Nets already lost yesterday to the Raptors pretty convincingly in the first 3 quarters, and the Nets came back. They're a very young team. Next year they got Durant coming back. They're going to be okay. They got a couple guys coming back. Mavs played the Clippers. The Mavs ended up losing in the end. Porzingis got knocked out in the 3rd period due to a second technical foul. He got thrown out of the game. It was kind of bull, the first one, which brings me to my second award. Leave them alone. And this goes to the NBA referees. Guys, it's a bubble. You can hear everything the players are saying. If there was thousands of fans, you wouldn't hear everything they were saying. They've been saying this for years to you. That's bull crap. Or, oh, come on, N1, all this stuff. Don't start giving technical fouls and ruining an entire game just because you see a guy swipe his arm after he obviously blocked the ball. Like, I watched the game. He blocked the ball. You gave him a foul. He swiped his arm, and then he gave him a technical. Fouls. Leave him alone. Beat it. Can't stand these referees in this bubble. I really think that they're really affecting the games a little too much. We got the Heat versus the Pacers today. That's going to be an amazing game. Amazing series. If you don't know anything about the Heat and the Pacers, both those teams can definitely make a pretty long run. And then the Jazz played the Nuggets yesterday, and it was just probably one of the greatest basketball matchups I've seen in a while. You had Donovan Mitchell going face-to-face with Jamal Murray in the 3rd and 4th quarter. Mitchell ended up having 57. Jamal Murray ended up having like 35. The Nuggets ended up winning 1-0, but I bet you that series goes pretty far because I know Goddard and Mitchell definitely don't want to get knocked out of this playoff even though in their bubble. So that was NBA. Right now I want to send it up to a very special friend of mine who's up in Canada taking care of the hockey. Hey Larry, you up there?
Hi. Thanks, John. I am live in Canada right now doing the NHL playoffs. My name is Larry, and this is Two Cups of Sports with Johnny Bernard. First up, Avalanche are winning 3-1 against the Coyotes. The Coyotes had no chance last night losing 7-1 in a major fashion. The Avalanche look to take care of that series tomorrow, Wednesday. Looks like the Coyotes couldn't run fast enough to get away from the Avalanche. Next up, the St. Louis Blues are tied 2-2 with the Vancouver Canucks. What's a Canuck? I don't know. But I do know what the Blues are, and I get them every Friday night when nobody calls me. The number 2 Lightning are playing the Blue Jackets, and they're up 3-1. I'm very happy about this because I don't like bees. The Flyers are holding on tight against the Canadiens. That's where I am. I'm in Canadiens. I do like the people up here, but they always say a lot. And my favorite letter is B. The Bruins are up 3-1 on the Hurricanes. Looks like they're outrunning that storm. What's a Bruin anyway? I'll give you $5 if you tell me that. But also, can you just give me $5? Because I am starving. The Blackhawks look to try to get back in the series against the Las Vegas Golden Knights. They are up 3-1 against the Blackhawks, and the Golden Knights look pretty prime. It looks like they're going to have a great bunch of nights. The Flames are all tied up with the Dallas Stars. It's funny how everything in Dallas always has to do with the star. I don't get it. But they are 2-2. The Say It Ain't So award goes to the New York Islanders, who are up 3-0 on the Capitals. It looks like no one can win in Washington. And for everybody else, the Sorry Bro award goes to Eugene Malkin, who sadly has elbow surgery and he'll be out for the rest of the season.
No, Larry, the Penguins are already out of it.
What? The Penguins are out?
I promise you, the Penguins are already out of the playoffs. They got knocked out by the number 12 seed, the Montreal Canadiens.
How are the Penguins out? Anyway, that's me, Larry. Thank you so much for watching Two Cups of Sports with Johnny Bernard. Back to you at the studio, Johnny.
All right, thanks, Larry. Thanks for that NHL report. We really appreciate it, man. I have one added thing to say to the NHL report is hockey's awesome, and you guys should definitely watch it. So thank you, Larry, for being up in Canada right now. Let's go to the NCAA football. It looks like right now it's going to be a weird season. I think like 70 or 80 of the teams are already not playing in the fall. But good news is today the SEC released their schedule, so it looks like they're definitely trying to play. I don't know how they're going to do this. UNC, they just had a bunch of kids in college that got the coronavirus. So did a couple other schools. We'll see what happens. But looks like the SEC, the Big 12, the ACC, the Sun Belt, the AAC, and Conference USA all look to play this year. So we'll see what actually happens with that. We're going to be losing out on the Big 10, which a lot of the kids and the parents are not happy about. You got to figure the kids are going to these schools to get to the NFL if they're that good. And if they're not playing, where are they supposed to go? I guess Alabama might pick them all up. Who knows? That's probably what they're probably going to try to do. We got golf. I don't got nothing today. Golf is very important this week. It is the first leg of the FedEx Championship, which means they were playing a golf tournament in Boston. It's called the Northern Trust. It's going to be amazing. It's the top 125 players from the FedEx Cup rankings. The winner of this wins $15 million. I can't even get 15 subscribers. Somebody in a few weeks is going to win $15 million. It's crazy. But then they'll go down to 70 from the 125 to the BMW Championship, and then they'll break it down to 35 for the actual final of the FedEx Cup, which is in a couple weeks. So it's going to be awesome. All the best players are playing. Let's go to the NFL. It is heating up, meaning it is very hot where a lot of these teams are playing, and I'm sure that they are not too happy with the weather because it looks like we are finally getting probably one of the worst heat waves that we've ever had in the history of America, and who knows what that means. But I'm going to give my third award. Sorry, bro, goes to the Dallas DT Gerald McCoy he's a great player. He came from Tampa Bay, but he's got to go get season-ending surgery on his quad. Something happened during practice, which stinks for Dallas, but it's good for the Eagles. Also the Ravens have been hosting Dez Bryant. They could pick up Dez Bryant and Antonio Brown at any time. I'm telling you, it could totally happen. The Ohio Award, Ohio means only handle it once, which is also a good way to look at injuries. Just get it done, get back in shape. This goes to probably one of the greatest of all time injury recoveries, Alex Smith. He's had over like 17 surgeries. He's been in and out of the hospital. All he did was hurt his leg once, but then it got infected. He almost lost his leg. He was training with like military people to get it back. And now Alex Smith is on Washington, which is the name of the Redskins now. It's just called Washington. But he is back and he's throwing the ball around. Almost made me cry. If you want to check out a really cool documentary, it's called Project 11, and it's all about Alex Smith. Really, really cool stuff. Also, if you're a Hard Knocks fan, Hard Knocks is back on HBO. The LA Chargers and the LA Rams. It's super weird to see all these protocols they have to go through, but that's what life is right now. It's a bunch of protocols. Let's go to the UFC. It was amazing, amazing matches this weekend. We got to see 3 really, really great matches at the end of that UFC 252. It looks like Rozenstruik, he got the best of Junior Dos Santos in knockout fashion, and it looks like he'll be moving way up in the rankings, probably number 3 or maybe number 2. Who knows? He definitely will deserve a title shot. He's from that weird country nobody's heard of. I don't even know what it is. It might be at the bottom here. Check the bottom. That's where it's from. It was a really great match between Vera and O'Malley until O'Malley went for a kick, and then moments later he ended up tearing his calf muscle or something like that. So I wish him the best. I know that he'll be back, but Vera needed that win. He's got a family. It'll be really, really great to see him in his next fight. 2 really all-time fighters. And then you had the big fight of the night, Cormier versus Stipe Miocic on Trilogy Fight. It was amazing to watch for the first 2.5 rounds. And then eye pokes him by accident. Stipe eye pokes Daniel Cormier. Ends up not being able to see. Should the fight have been stopped right when that happened? Yeah, because the eye was going the other way. Turns out Daniel couldn't see the rest of the fight, but he still ended up fighting until he ultimately got knocked out. It was a pretty wild fight. These refs are very good, and things happen, and you can't blame the ref, or you can blame the ref. I mean, that's the 2 sides of that. But the hard hitter award for that night is going to go to Rozenstruik, who literally is just a monster. I wouldn't want to see him in an alley if he was mad at me. But let's go to MLB real quick to cut this thing off. MLB is in full swing. Let's just go through. Yankees are on a 6-game winning streak. They're playing really great. They're still up in the East, 16-6 this year over Tampa Bay Rays, 14-9. Minnesota is up on the Twins, 15-8. To 13-9 in the Central AL, and Oakland is kind of running away, 16-7 in the West. I love Oakland because of their colors. They're a great team. I also love UH because of their colors, and I also love Montucky Cold Brew, and I also love 2 Cups of Sports with Johnny Bernard. In the East, we got Braves. They're up 14-10 this season. The Phillies are on a 3-game win streak. So are the Braves. So it looks like the Phillies are trying to come back. The Mets are kind of in there in the mix. So are the Marlins too. Remember, it's only a 60-game season, so it's going to be tough. The Cubs, they're dominating the Central, 14-7. They look really good again this year. And then the Dodgers are really pulling away. They're also on a 6-game winning streak. They are 17-7 right now, and 60-game season. It's already a third of the way over. So baseball is pretty nuts. Things to watch for this weekend. Obviously, NBA playoffs. Obviously, NHL playoffs. The FedEx Cup Championship for golf. And then also the Indy 500. I'm going to watch it for a little while probably. Maybe take a nap, maybe not. I'm not sure. I haven't watched Indy 500 in a while. But it looks good. Listen, guys, I hope everybody's doing really great. Larry, you good?
All right, John. It's freezing up here.
Well, thank you, Larry, for being up in Canada during the NHL playoffs. Everybody, I really appreciate you watching. If you could subscribe at the bottom, please subscribe at the bottom. Or you can follow me on Instagram at Johnny Bernard Official. It would mean the world to me if you guys follow me, because I'm really trying to do this thing. Definitely try to check out a Montucky Cold Brew, and then also have a wonderful day. 2 Cups of Sports with Johnny Bernard. Aloha.